All right, we're going to try something a little different here today. I've got a get up, get to action camera, a GoPro wannabe that's rated fairly high. I've got it attached to my head strap, and I'm using a Wi-Fi app on my phone called FN Cam. The letter F, the letter N is in Nancy, Cam, C-A-M. And it's not really built for this camera. The Get Up company is still working on their own app. But anyway, going forward here, we're going to see if this works. I went shopping the last couple days, and I'm going to go over some of my shopping list. Give you an idea of the costs of living here in the Philippines. I'm in Cebu City. Today I went to JY Square Mall, just up the street from me. Sayote is a vegetable, I guess. It's can be used similar to a potato. It's healthier than a potato, is what I read. Sayote, and I've cooked it up like a potato. I've made hash browns out of it, grated it up. And this sayote cost me 25 pesos. Schweppes tonic water. Got 4 of those at 26 pesos a piece, so about 50 cents US a piece. Can of Gayabano or soursop nectar. For 19 pesos. Sometimes I don't want to make a full pot of coffee, so I buy these little Kratos strong coffee double shot. It says black, but it actually, one of the ingredients is sugar also. I don't care for the sugar, but it gives me the caffeine when I want it. Bought 5 of those at 17 pesos a piece. Tipco, 100% juice, but it's only 35% pomegranate juice. That's the highest concentration I've been able to find without going to a health foods store and spending buco bucks on pomegranate juice. But I just have to drink a little more, I guess, to get my daily dose of pomegranate. Tipco pomegranate was 110 pesos, and that's Philippine pesos. Listerine Total Care, 500 milliliters, 297 pesos. So that's very close to $6 for that. It's the bigger bottle, not the huge bottle, but it's the bigger bottle. But still, $6, really? I've started trying to use a head strap with a Wi-Fi connection to my phone, and that I was having limited success there. So I've got my little get up, get to camera on a tripod. I got myself a pineapple, which I cut up and generally put into my smoothies. This pineapple is 50 pesos. Campbell's chicken noodle soup I got 2 of those at 60 pesos a piece. So a little over $1 a piece for those. Philippine brand pineapple juice, 100% pineapple juice, 21 pesos for those. Buy 2, get 1 free. For some reason, I don't think I'm getting 1 free. 3 toothbrushes for 358 pesos. Seems a bit high price to me. So my total there at JY Square, 1,243 pesos. It's about 26 US dollars there. Also went to BPI Bank. They allow you to take more out than most banks out of their ATM machines at bank locations. I took out 14,000 pesos. After I paid the charges, the 200 peso charge from the BPI bank, and my bank charges me $5. The transaction officially was a little over 49 pesos per US dollar, but by the time the charges come into effect, it drops it down about a peso. So I always use 48 because that's my cost of doing business, my cost of banking here. It would be better if I would make more sense for me to to open up an account here, which I'll do soon, and write myself a check once a month for 1,000 or so. Now, 2 days ago, on December 28th, I went to Metro grocery store, which is in Ayala Mall here in Cebu City, and I stocked up. I only needed a couple things there. Again, I could have put it off till January, but I bought a few things I didn't really need, but I really like the looks of this container. Had the word coffee on it, so I'm kind of a sucker for anything that has a coffee flavor to it. So it's Amadeo Coffee Liqueur by Destilería Limtuaco and Company, the oldest distillery in the Philippines, it says. So it's coffee flavored liqueur. It's not bad. It'll last a long time, I'll tell you that, but adds a little flavor to the coffee in the evening, not the coffee in the morning. Broccoli. I bought a kind of a medium-sized to small-size head of broccoli. There again, pretty expensive here in the Philippines. 98 pesos, so almost $2. And I've already cut that up and put it in my freezer, so can't show you that, but most of you know what bought a couple of these. They're called guapos. They're guava. It's a improved, what they call improved form of a guava. It is a guava. Can be eaten raw like a guava or an apple. Anyway, the guapo cost me 61 pesos for that. I bought some popcorn, 500 grams of popcorn, cost me 38 pesos. I bought about seven of these somewhat small oranges, Valencia oranges, is about equal to 1 kilogram. And it cost me, the price was 200 pesos per kilogram, so my cost was 219 pesos for 7 of these. Cabbage here is, most cabbage that you buy here is more spongy. It's not as dense as you usually see in the U.S. First time I bought it, I actually asked them, "Are you sure this isn't lettuce instead of cabbage?" Indeed it is cabbage, and tastes just fine. My price for that was 37 pesos. Paper towels, Natural paper towels. I usually buy this on a roll, and they didn't have rolls, so I bought these interleave paper towels. I didn't think I'd like them, but actually it works quite well. And that cost me 60 pesos. I start every day off with turmeric, a mixture of turmeric and ginger and lemongrass in a mixture of water. And I'm going to do a video some other time about the health benefits of turmeric and ginger and a few other things. My receipt says that this is ginger. It's not ginger, it's turmeric. And my cost for that was 26 pesos. Got quite a bit of turmeric for that. I don't like the taste of sugar beets in particular, but and I've already cut them up, put them in my freezer. I put a couple chunks of those into my smoothies every day. They open up your blood vessels, number one, and when I work out especially, I recover much faster. First time I did that, I put a couple chunks in my smoothie, and I take some of that before I work out and then as I'm working out. And I was really surprised I wasn't huffing and puffing like I thought I should be, and started reading a little more about it. And I'd known previously that it does open up your blood vessels, helps to lower your blood pressure. In fact, I originally took some beets before I went into for a doctor appointment, a physical. And occasionally, if you know what white coat syndrome is, I believe it's called, when you go into a doctor, your blood pressure rises. My mother had that problem. Her blood pressure was usually fine when she was home, but when she went to the doctor, it would go up, and therefore she was on a bunch of blood pressure pills. And I've had that happen a couple times, and usually I tell them, no. They want to put me on medication right away, and I explain to them, sure, I don't have high blood pressure. They let me sit there a few minutes. They take it again, and it's just fine. It's if anything, it's low. And so fortunately, I'm not on blood pressure pills. But anyway, I took the sugar beets, ate a couple pieces of sugar beets before I went in, and my blood pressure was perfect, as it usually is. Now, the last 3 times I've seen a doctor here in the Philippines, they've taken it, and it's been just perfect, just right where it should be. So anybody that knows anything about blood pressure, you know that all during the day, if you measure it, your blood pressure goes up and down all day long. Depends on what's going on, what you're eating, what's going on in your life. But anyway, I buy the sugar beets. I bought 4 of those, and my price came out to 124 pesos for the 4 sugar beets. Not a bad price at all. Lemons also. I often will use lemon juice instead of just water, and I'll put the turmeric mixture in with my lemon juice. Lemon juice is acidic, but it helps your body becomes more alkaline somehow. And I will usually, about half the time at least, I'll use lemon juice instead of just water with my turmeric. And so I bought 5 of these at 144 pesos for 5 of those. Carrots, I've cut those up already, but you all know what a carrot looks like. Most of you know what a carrot looks like. I bought 2 organic carrots. I think carrots are one of those things that absorb a lot of the bad chemicals and hold it in. So I bought 2 organic carrots. Cost 250 pesos per kilogram. And my 2 carrots cost me 118 pesos. I bought 2 regular carrots for some reason. They are 200 pesos per kilogram instead of 250 pesos per kilogram. They were larger and heavier, and they come out to 137 pesos. Garlic, I get usually buy my 4 bulbs of garlic. It says it's from Taiwan. They could actually be bringing it in from China. I don't know. China is the biggest producer of garlic in the world right now. But anyway, my garlic cost me 31 pesos. I'm not quite sure what this is. Bundaberg Lemon, Lime, and Bitters. Australian family-owned, craft brewed over 7 days. So I was intrigued by the bottle. You ever buy something because it's got a pretty package, a pretty bottle? I still have to find out what that is. But that was 77 pesos for that. Oh, that did not break. Eggs, you all know what eggs look like. I buy 12 usually at a time. Those were 80 pesos. Large eggs, although they aren't the same as large eggs in the U.S. I go back and forth between the type of milk that I buy. Milk in the Philippines very seldom sits in a cooler. Comes in small packages like this, and Philippines only makes 10% of their own milk. They don't have much of a dairy industry. And this is soy milk, actually, and sits on the shelf. Once you open it, you should refrigerate it. It usually says it'll last. It says to use it within 3 to 5 days often. A lot of the milk comes from Thailand or Australia. I think some from New Zealand. I've seen some from Germany. The stuff from Germany always says use it within 3 days, so I don't usually buy that. It's high heat treated, so I don't know, other than the nutrients that they try to add back into it, whether it's that good for you or not, but it's something to use. I started buying this shortly after I got to the Philippines. It's Bega, extra tasty. And I've come to develop a taste for the stronger tasting cheeses. This really isn't extra tasty. Well, it's not nearly as strong as what I thought it would be, having the extra tasty category. Simply Cereal, Caribbean, 20% fruit and nuts. I've been buying this, kind of like a granola, 750 grams. It actually is made in South Africa and therefore imported. It's about the healthiest thing that I can find here. That cost me 320 pesos. Now that actually has come down in price. It was up around, I think, 338 for several months. Bob's Red Mill. Now I thought I was buying buckwheat flour here. I use buckwheat flour and I mix it with a couple other things usually to make my pancakes. I picked up the wrong item. I picked up brown rice flour, so I'll experiment with it. I'll probably pick up some buckwheat and combine the two and see how it works out anyway. And this is from the USA also. All this stuff is rather expensive. It gets imported price plus there's tariff on top of it, I think. So 215 pesos. San Marino tuna fillet in water. I've grabbed the wrong can. This one is Century, but anyway, they cost the same. I bought 2 of those, and they were 45 pesos a piece, just under $1 a piece for those. And I bought 4 of these little sweet potatoes, and they call them red camotes. They don't look nearly as deep orange colored as what we're used to seeing in the USA anyway. So my total for all of those items was 3,385 pesos, 48 pesos to the US dollar. That's about $70 US. An idea of some of the prices, or some of the costs here in the US, here in the Philippines. I'm wishing you all a happy new year, have safe travels, and we'll see you next year. Take care.